12 million people drive in Los Angeles every single day. A significant number of them are carrying something illegal in their car right now. Not because they are criminals. Not because they are careless. Because nobody ever told them. The laws in Los Angeles are not the same as other states. They are not even the same as other California cities. And the consequences are not just a warning. They are citations, fines, and in several cases on this list, misdemeanor charges that follow you permanently. Before I get into the list, drop the word Los Angeles in the comments right now. Tell me what city you drive in, and what you think is already sitting in your car. By the time we reach number 1, you are going to look at your center console very differently. Stay with me through number 3, because number 3 is something almost every LA driver has, and almost none of them know it is illegal. Los Angeles is not like other cities. The LAPD conducts over 1 million traffic stops every single year. During a traffic stop in California, anything in plain view of the officer is immediately admissible as evidence. Your passenger seat, your center console, your dashboard. The moment that officer's flashlight sweeps your interior, it is no longer private. It is evidence. The question is never just whether an item is dangerous. The question is, what does this item look like at 11 o'clock at night when a flashlight hits it? That is the lens you need for every item on this list. Number 12. An open container of alcohol. This one sounds obvious, and yet, California Vehicle Code Section 23222 is one of the most violated laws in Los Angeles. Here is where people get it wrong. An open container does not mean you are drinking. It does not mean the container is in your hand. It means the seal has been broken. A bottle of wine from a restaurant, seal broken from dinner, sitting on your back seat. That is an open container violation. A beer can, empty, left under your seat by a passenger 3 days ago. That is also a violation. California Vehicle Code 23226 is clear. Open containers cannot be in any area accessible to the driver or passengers. They must be in the trunk, or a locked compartment with no direct access from inside the car, and here is the detail most people miss entirely. The law applies when the vehicle is stopped. You do not have to be driving. Parked on a public roadway with an open container in reach, still a violation. First offense is an infraction and a fine. If you are under 21, it escalates immediately. Move every open container to your trunk. Every time. Number 11. A concealed fixed blade knife. Los Angeles has millions of people who carry knives for work. Contractors, landscapers, tradespeople. Most of them are unknowingly committing a crime every single time they get into their car. California Penal Code, Section 21310, is clear. Carrying a concealed dirk or dagger anywhere in the state is illegal. In a vehicle, a fixed blade knife in your glove compartment, your center console, under your seat, or in your bag, is a concealed fixed blade. It does not matter how short the blade is. It does not matter what you use it for. Concealed fixed blade, any size, is a crime in California. The correct way to transport it is visible, in a sheath, openly displayed, not hidden, and in the city of Los Angeles specifically. Any knife with a blade 3 inches or longer cannot be carried openly in public. That means the knife that was legal in your vehicle may become illegal the moment you step onto the sidewalk. This is the item where most people say, "I had no idea." Now you do. Number 10. A switchblade over 2 inches. Different knife, different law, same outcome. California Penal Code Section 21510 is clear. A switchblade with a blade longer than 2 inches is illegal to carry. A switchblade is any knife that opens automatically, by a button, a spring, or a wrist action. 2 inches is shorter than you think. Most people who own a switchblade and measure it for the first time are genuinely surprised. If your blade exceeds 2 inches, keeping it in your car in Los Angeles is a misdemeanor, not an infraction, a misdemeanor. That distinction matters. For background checks, for employment, for licensing. Number 9. A radar jammer. This is different from a radar detector, and the difference determines whether you receive a ticket or a federal charge. A radar detector is a passive device. It alerts you to police radar. It is legal in California for private vehicles under Vehicle Code 28152, but it cannot be mounted on the windshield. Dashboard only. A radar jammer is completely different. It actively interferes with police radar and laser equipment, and it is a federal crime in every single state in the country under federal law. 47 CFR Part 2. The FCC prohibits operating, marketing, or selling a radar jammer. Fines start at $11,000. LAPD officers are trained to detect them. If you have a device in your car and you are not certain what it is, check before your next drive. The difference between those two words is the difference between a fix-it ticket and federal prosecution. Stay with me, because what comes next is the item that surprises people the most, and it has been sitting in millions of LA cars for years. Number 8. A radar detector mounted on the windshield. Even if the device is legal, where it is positioned can make it illegal. California Vehicle Code, Section 26708 is clear. No object can be attached to the windshield that obstructs the driver's view. A radar detector on the windshield, even a legal model, violates this section. The fix is simple. Move it to the dashboard. But here is why this matters beyond the fine. A windshield-mounted device gives an officer a visible reason to initiate a stop. It is called a pretextual stop. The device is the reason on paper. What happens after the stop is a different conversation. Remove anything from your windshield that is not mandated by the manufacturer. Number 7. An open marijuana container. California legalized recreational cannabis, and that created a very specific confusion about what is and is not legal in a vehicle. California Vehicle Code Section 232222B is clear. Open cannabis containers are treated exactly like open alcohol containers. Loose cannabis, not in a sealed child-proof container in your passenger area, is a violation. A partially consumed pre-roll in your ashtray, a violation. A vape pen with cannabis oil in the center console, a violation. An unsealed bag anywhere in the passenger area, a violation. The same rule applies as alcohol. Sealed, in the trunk, or a locked compartment not accessible from inside. Legal to possess. Legal to consume in designated spaces. Not legal to have open and accessible in a moving vehicle, or a parked vehicle on a public roadway. Number 6. An expired or missing proof of insurance. Most drivers assume insurance is something the system tracks automatically. It does not work that way during a traffic stop. California Vehicle Code Section 16028 is clear. Every driver must carry proof of valid insurance. Presented immediately when an officer asks. A digital copy on your phone is accepted under California law since 2016. But an expired card, even if you renewed your policy, is a violation if you cannot produce current proof at the stop. First offense, minimum $100. But here is what escalates quickly if you are in an accident and cannot produce valid insurance at the scene. California Vehicle Code 16029 allows the officer to impound your vehicle on the spot, not tow it to the nearest lot. Impound it, with fees that can exceed $1,000 before you recover the car. In Los Angeles, where fender benders on the 405 happen daily, this is not a hypothetical. Check your glove compartment right now. Make sure the card reflects your current policy. If it expired last month, print a new one tonight. Number 5. Illegal window tint. California tint laws differ significantly from other states. Many vehicles purchased or modified outside California arrive in Los Angeles with tint levels that are illegal the moment they enter the state. California law is clear. The front windshield must allow more than 70% of visible light through. Front side windows must also allow more than 70% visible light transmission. LAPD officers are specifically trained to identify illegal tint. They have measuring devices at traffic stops. A tint violation results in a fix-it ticket, but that ticket requires proof of correction. which means paying to retint your windows before a court-mandated deadline. If your vehicle was purchased used or modified in another state, verify your tint levels before your next drive in Los Angeles. Number 4. An expired registration. This one sounds simple, but most drivers do not know what changed. California Vehicle Code Section 4000A is clear. Driving with expired registration is a violation. But here's what most people do not know. Los Angeles has over 3,000 automated license plate readers deployed throughout the city, on patrol cars, on freeways, on intersections. The system logs your plate and cross-references registration status in real time. Every single time you pass one of these readers, your registration is checked automatically. An expired registration is not something you can time around traffic stops anymore. The cameras do not need to pull you over to flag your vehicle. Renewal is not optional. It is the price of driving in Los Angeles. Number 3. A key programming device or signal extender. This is the newest item on the list, and the one that catches people completely off guard. California Assembly Bill 486 took effect January 1, 2026. It makes it a misdemeanor to possess a key programming device, a key duplicating device, or a signal extender with the intent to commit burglary. Signal extenders are small devices. They amplify the signal from a key fob inside your house. They allow relay theft of keyless entry vehicles. They are common on the black market in Los Angeles. Under AB 486, if an officer finds one of these devices in your vehicle and can establish intent, you are looking at up to 6 months in county jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Los Angeles has one of the highest vehicle theft rates of any major city in the United States. These devices are directly connected to that problem. And as of January 1st this year, possession with intent is a criminal offense in California. Number 2. An unrestrained pet in the driver's area. This is the item nobody expects to see on a legal violations list, and it generates the most disbelief when people hear it for the first time. California Vehicle Code Section 23117 is clear. Transporting any animal in a vehicle in a cruel or inhumane manner is illegal. California courts have interpreted this to include unrestrained animals in the front seat or on the driver's lap. California Assembly Bill 1182 strengthened this further. Transporting an animal unsecured in an open truck bed is a direct violation, fines up to $1,000. And LAPD officers have issued citations under both the cruelty and distracted driving statutes combined, when a dog on a driver's lap contributed to an accident or near miss. A small dog sitting on your lap on the 101 is not just a safety risk. In Los Angeles, it is a documented citation scenario. A proper restraint harness or a secured carrier in the back seat is the legal solution, and it protects the animal far more effectively in a sudden stop. And number 1, a phone mounted on your windshield. Not because the phone is illegal, because of where it is mounted. California Vehicle Code Section 26708 is clear. No object can be attached to the windshield that obstructs the driver's view. A phone mount, a GPS unit, a toll payment device. All violations if suctioned directly to the windshield. The only legal mounting location in California is a small 7-inch square in the lower corner of the windshield closest to the driver, or a 5-inch square in the lower corner farthest from the driver. Anywhere else on the windshield, including directly center where most drivers mount their phone, is a violation. This is number 1 not because the fine is the largest. It is number 1 because this is the item that gives officers a legal reason to stop a vehicle they might not otherwise have cause to pull over. And once that stop is initiated, everything else on this list becomes relevant. A phone on your center windshield is not just a fix-it ticket. In Los Angeles, it is an open door. Think about your car right now, not a car in general. Your specific car, your center console, your glove compartment, your back seat. How many items on this list are in there right now? Drop that number in the comments, and tell me which one surprised you the most. None of these items make someone a bad person. They make someone uninformed. and in Los Angeles. The difference between informed and uninformed is the difference between a routine drive home and a traffic stop that turns into something you did not plan for. Subscribe if this gave you something real today, because next week, I am going to walk through what LAPD officers are legally allowed to search in your vehicle, and what they are not. Knowing the difference is worth more than anything else on this list. That video goes up Thursday. Do not miss it.